Hey, Trek alum, we're on the porch
What's up,
again.
dudes?
Porch Time, Pastor B.
How you doing?
It's a good day today. It's a little overcast, starting to get a little humid.
A little damp.
You might hear some beep, beep, beep in the background. There's some construction going on nearby. They're building some homes.
There's some construction going on in there in the house.
That's true.
The house caught on fire a couple months ago. I don't know if you guys knew that. And so they've had to tear out all the floors in the house, which is a good thing. The problem is it's just taking longer than we thought. So all the guys are complaining, which is hard for you to imagine.
Because we don't do complaining. But
entitlement.
hey, so we're sitting here as Trek alum on the outside. We've achieved. We're out there.
You're free.
We struggle with different things, but I need encouragement like you do. I want to hear from Pastor B and stuff because I get full of anxiety. I start thinking about the things that I did, not about who I am. And I need to be reminded. I need to be hanging out with guys like him all the time. And so, B, what do you got for us today?
Nothing. Sorry.
Not even a cigar?
I do need one of those. Okay, so I was reading through Psalms 105. I was telling Steve about this. And I've read this a ton. I've read this a bunch. And there's a verse in here, Psalms 105:19, and it says, "Until what God had said came to pass, the word of the Lord tested Joseph." New Living Translation says, "Until the time came for God's dream to be brought to pass," it says that God tested his character. And some of you feel like you're in a waiting season. I felt like that at times. In some weird ways, I feel like I'm right there now. And it's really interesting to read the writer of the Psalms talking about that waiting season for Joseph had purpose behind it. And a lot of times when I feel like I'm wondering where God is and why am I still here, or why hasn't God opened the door, a lot of you guys ask those questions. It's interesting to see the purpose behind it, that a lot of times in those moments, God is working on us to test and develop our character and make us more like Christ. And it's interesting that further on in Psalms 105, they're just retelling the story of God's deliverance. And so I'm grateful to sit with guys who will do that from time to time. I've got a good friend who often asks me, he's like, "Hey, you forgot the gospel, didn't you?" And a lot of times I do. And when we forget that, right, we wonder and chase little gods that have no power to satisfy us the way Jesus can. So just this morning in Spiritual Life, we were talking about something you guys may remember. Everything rises and falls on our definitions. Mm-hmm. And so I want to ask you today, how are you defining success today? How are you defining what recovery looks like today? And be careful, because if you define it as perfection, then when you mess up, shame will have a field day in your little noggin, and in my little noggin, and his little noggin. And so give yourself some grace today and be reminded that you're loved deeply by Jesus, right? I need to hear that today. He needs to hear that today. Yeah. We all need to hear that today. Yeah. That when we go wandering off, God comes looking for us. That's crazy to me. Yeah. That's really insane. So I hope this finds you well. I don't know why anybody would watch these, but Steve insists on filming me. So I've got my Texas Tech Red Raider basketball sweatshirt today. I don't know when this guys will land in your email, but my team has made it to the Sweet 16, and they'll probably lose. But they're there, which is crazy. The Red Raiders, my Red Raiders. Okay, we're going to shut up now.
That's a good word. Guys, stay in the fight.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.